Welcome to System Dynamics online tutorials. In this session we're going to cover inventory interwarehouse transfers. Under the distribution within inventory module and on the processing we have the sequence of events and maintenance functions of the interwarehouse transfer capabilities within Dynamic 3i. The request entry is the first stop for making a request to transfer items from one location to another location, and we're presented with a sending warehouse and a receiving warehouse. So we could do a list of values here to pull out the sending warehouse that we want. I'm going to take it from my raw materials warehouse, and I'm going to receive it in, again, another list of values to pull out my my supply warehouse. The shipping date and the receipt date can occur on different days. If I want this transfer to go through, the system will default its shipping date and receipt date to the current system date. If I have any additional information that I want to track about this, as far as the agent, any telephone number, the shipping date, the receiving date, ship via, if I'm sending this request or I want it to go by a certain way, I can put the this information here, the shipper and the receiver, etc. The transfer status will be tracked as a transfer is entered and gone through the steps of sending and receiving confirmation, and it will be shown here with the receiver and transfer status, etc. But since this is just entering, that information is not available as yet. So we simply go down and the system asks for the product that the request is for. So again, since this is the sending and receiving warehouse, the product must first actually be set up in both warehouses for the transfer to go without an issue. The system will not let me put a product that is not carried in both warehouses. So in that case, the list of values here will show me all of the products in the sending warehouse, but as soon as I pick that, it will actually verify that that product exists in the receiving warehouse, at least as far as the item being set up there. It doesn't have to have quantities, that's why I'm transferring it, but the item must be defined in the receiving warehouse. So if we actually take the bottles, the system will display to me the description, and then it will show me the available quantity that I have within the QC warehouse. Since this is my sending warehouse and this is a request entry, I can now transfer the quantity of say 2,000, and it will ask me for the next product down the line and show me the available entry here. So if we take another product and take some caps to go along with those bottles, I have the same amount. I'm going to take a little more than that, and it asks me for the next product. Again, I'm lining up here all of these items to be transferred from the QC warehouse to the supply warehouse for these given quantities, and the status of each one of these detail lines would be displayed here, as we see in a minute here. As I save this, I will receive the transfer number, and the status of these will be transfer as entry. So now throughout the inventory interwarehouse transfer functions, I can trace this transfer as to what's occurring on it, whether this line has been entered, received, shipped, etc. And I have this transfer number pegging this request of transfer number 90 for QC warehouse to the supply warehouse.